What's up, everyone? Every Mooney. What's up, architect? Casey, Jessica. This is live. This is live, sir. Why would it not be live? How can it be live and still telling you that it's live? I don't think it's possible. Oh, let's turn this one on. Is this pretty good? The light is pretty good? Yeah. What's up, Crazy Fox? Devin, how you doing, brother? Ellipsian Music. I love the handles. This is pre-recorded, sir. But it's a premonition pre-recording. So the pre-recording knows everything you guys would say in advance, proving that we live in a simulation. So this was recorded at the end of time, basically. What's up, Tesla Pat? Welcome, everyone. Wait, what's happening here? I don't even know. Interesting. Can't really see anybody. Oh, it's not telling me. It's not showing me handles on TikTok. This is new. I've never seen this before. It just shows me the actions, but it doesn't show me the It doesn't show me the people. So weird. Thank you for the likes, though. Appreciate it. What's up, Anonymous? Anonymous. That's amazing. Lipsy Music said, "Is that it? I'm assuming you're a she, right? Because I'm by the picture. I'm here right now. Liking these new times. Me indeed. Okay, so this is as I said, this is a pre-recording from the end of time. So I know everything you guys are going to do in advance. So I pre-recorded all my responses. It is very unique. It's very difficult to distinguish between that and an actual live, but this is definitely a pre-recording from the end of time. Welcome, everyone. It's very comfortable here at the end of time. There's a lot of pillows. How many fingers you holding up? Are you sure you wanna? Yeah, sure you want me to get into this? And it is weird, the new still getting used to the earlier stream. Oh, you mean time-wise. Now I understand. Don't forget that also I'm 2 hours ahead now. So for me, it's technically 9:30. So it's not really that early for me. It's so weird you're saying that because I used to have a recurring dream when I was a kid, and a woman would say that over and over again. What? What's up, Handmade Glass? That's good. Aya works the experiment. Yeah, it does. In the end of time, I see. She said it like this. In the end of time. In the end of time. So, for useless question, but were you taught about star forts in school? Up to high school, can you mention where you attended school before college, university? I don't even know what star forts are. Star forts. Fortification that evolved in the late 15th and early 16th centuries in response to the increasing power of cannons, featuring angles, bastions, and sloped walls to provide better coverage and defense. It is not a useless question. It is a fascinating question because what is the relationship with any of this to what we're doing? But I'm truly, genuinely interested. How are you, San Diego? Are we in a spaceship? right now or where I am at the end of time?
You're gonna watch your
I am I am definitely in the end of time in a spaceship. The molecule has changed me and or you. Okay. Why am I getting messages that says 23 hours ago? That is a bit strange. How are you, Val? Good to see you. Great to have you with us again. 1 second. Why is this one here? No, don't worry about it. Starforts Tatartia. Lost civilization. Is that a type of a taco? Got me hungry even though I just ate. No, I've never heard of this before. Is this kind of like another what is it? What's the what's the opposite of flotus? What was it? What's the name of it? I forget. Came out. Come on, help me. What? Atlantis. There you go. We were in a music festival and we were laying down very very high on L, and somebody started talking about Atlantis, and I said, they would absolutely survive if the city would be called Flotus. So they just had the wrong name, basically. POTUS is a whole other thing. I'm not getting into that one. What are my thoughts on the pyramid stuff? Yeah, I saw something was posted. You know me, I don't know anything until I see the full scope of the story. So far, all I've seen is that guy talking about it. He looked stoked, which probably is for a good reason, but I need to see the findings. So I need to see the stuff that they ran, the exact paper that was written about it. So yeah, like I said, they should have named Atlantis Flotus. Flotus would absolutely survive whatever it was that happened. Should go to kill Tony. Yep, it was very funny in the moment. I promise. Praying mantis entity hologram. Yes, seen the praying mantises all the time. Part of the insectoids. Civilization before us. I believe the civilization before us were the Native Americans. I think that's correct. I mean, they're still with us, but they were here before us. Just curious because made the assumption maybe you went to primary and secondary school outside U.S. and was curious between the difference in materials taught. This is you've been taught this in school. Where is this civilization from? Oh, there's a lot of wait. There's a lot of craziness today. This is fun. I'm excited. There's a lot of words I don't even know. I've been getting these too. Do you know about the beehive from the dinner with Andre? Wait, I'm confused. So, do you know about the beehive from the dinner with Andre? Are you talking about Andres? Also, were you at the dinner with Andres? Not dinner, but like the event. Okay. So let's see if we can get into something fun. Ask an engineer saying, can you give me a basic rundown? I've seen a few of your videos, but it's all a bit jumbled. Absolutely, no problem at all. Usually on this channel, we talk about the simulation. I would say hypothesis, but I'm not. I don't know what this is, but I'm not hypothesizing. Well, we have some hypotheses around what I found, but I'm claiming to have found actual proof that we live in a simulation. We're meeting here semi-daily to discuss all kinds of things. The discovery, the implications, as well as science as a whole, religion, spirituality, philosophy, God, whatever really comes to mind, we kind of talk about it. That's the general rundown. You could ask one important question. What would that question be? That's a great question, actually. It's saying that there was an advanced civilization not far from the past, but they covered up the evidence and put fires on all cities and high technology from people. Yeah, I don't believe any of that stuff. So I know people love that kind of narrative. Like, obviously it's a choice. I do not believe that anybody has the capacity to do things like this, and also it would make no sense to hide something like this from everybody because there's no reason to do so. Can I be wrong? Absolutely. But I choose to live in a world in which things like this simply don't happen because it doesn't make any logical sense that somebody would put so much effort to do something that they don't even know what the outcome of it is. Nobody does such a thing. It doesn't make any sense in my world because I don't think most people understand the amount of effort that it would take, the amount of resources that people would have to spend just to cover something up that they don't even know what the implications of knowing that knowledge is. Nobody can do anything with it unless it's actually something out in the open. Most people don't really know how to go and excavate knowledge, exemplified by the amount of nonsense online. Even though all the information is available, most people believe all kinds of nonsense. That should be proof to you that just because something is available to be seen does not mean that everybody would see it. Somebody that would have to understand all of that and then invest enormous amount of efforts and convince a bunch of people to cover these things up. I mean, that is just, it's kind of equivalent to believing in superpowers, which I do not. Even with everything that I'm claiming, I don't think that there's such thing as superpowers. I don't believe there's such a thing as supernatural. Everything is, at the end of the day, logical. Even though if the logic includes things that at the moment are beyond us. Simulation is something that I understand, but I cannot explain. Does that happen to most of us? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you click clarify, I will definitely comment. For me, a newcomer, how can I experience the simulation? What can I show others? You can follow the protocol on codeofreality.com, and it gives you all the information about how to do so. Again, it's codeofreality.com. And we have all the information, including the stuff you need to get and the steps you have to follow. To be super clear, you do not have to get anything directly from the website. You can get it anywhere you want. Just make sure that the parts that you're getting anywhere are the same as what we're listing, and you should be able to do so. If humanity survives to the year 4000, would their computers be able to simulate our time? I think we'll be able to simulate anything in less than 5 years. So definitely don't need to wait for 4,000 years. Whoa, somebody gifted 10 memberships. Who is that? RY. Well, thank you so much, RY. Would you like to reveal your name, or you prefer to stay anonymous? RY just gifted 10 memberships on YouTube. I deeply appreciate you, which should tell you that sometimes this happens. People actually do it quite often. They gift people memberships on the YouTube channel, which is Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. Come follow the channel, and you might get a membership. But also, I highly recommend you join because it includes lives, weekly lives, aside from the daily lives, so for members only, and Zoom calls with me then happen once a month from the second tier and up, and it will happen very soon. So if you want it, what happened? Our puppy just stole a pack of magic mushrooms, little tablets. This will be glorious tonight. But did he eat any of it? This will be a great night. Nico, how you doing, brother? Hey, babe, can you make me tea? My throat is being crazy. Mint. Oh, whatever we have. Show Cosmo the code. Yeah, he was trying to see it. That would be amazing. He's already nuts. um, yeah, we do miss Ebony for sure. Again, RY, thank you so much. I do appreciate this a lot. This is not a given. Thank you. Let's me. It's just civilization that are underneath our feet. Call before you call before you call before you dig is great. You have a gift. Bad jokes. All right. Yeah, it's psyop to confuse people. Do you know anything about lucid dreaming? I have this ability and I have seen some interesting things. Yeah, I know that you can train the ability of lucid dreaming. It's quite incredible if you can do this naturally. If your question is what are my opinion about it, I mean, it's a real thing, obviously. What do you mean specifically by what do I think by that? Like, do you think that, are you asking, do I think this is access to some kind of a higher dimension or something like this? Or what is the actual question around that? What do you think about the recent pyramid discovery? Yeah, we're just talking about that. I need to see the actual research. I need to see what, I mean, it sounds very important, but so far all I've seen is a guy who's being super stoked about it. So I need to see the actual data. Like, what is it that they discovered? Exactly the data, the exact findings. Again, might be huge. I like to look at the data. What is the exit plan? Is that a thing? No, it is not a thing. There is no exit. The matrix, the computational system is everything. It's like asking what is the exit point from the universe. Also, why is it that people are always trying to escape? It's like when you you have so many beautiful things here. Yeah, exactly. Supposedly there's a research paper, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either. Somebody wants to send it to me. That's usually suspicious. But I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying it is suspicious that you don't have access to a research paper that is out there. He is still coughing from that fire. Nah, nah. Um, have you ever thought about the simulation and who the controllers are? Yeah, I talk to them all the time, and the spiritual part of it all. Yeah, we talk about it quite a bit actually, but I think it's a deep subject. So if it arises naturally, we'll slide into it. Otherwise, it's like an hour-long conversation just about that. Do you know anything about lucid? Oh, we got that. Simulation, then such a narrative could be possible, correct? Wait, but if we were in a simulation, then such a narrative could be possible. I think you meant to say couldn't be possible. Then everything and anything could be on the table. No. Well, no, because nothing in the idea of the simulation in general implies that it should be a secret. We got this idea from the movie, but logically, there's no reason for it to be a secret. You either know the environment you're in or you don't. If you become advanced enough, you start knowing the environment you're in, which would be basically the natural course of events. Not saying agree with the narrative, but just saying simulation is truth, then have to keep an open mind, I guess. True. What is terrifying, Val? Your homie brother made me change my thinking almost completely on negative thoughts. What do you mean by that? Didn't know there was a paper, just a presentation. Wait, you want to tell me that the hype is around just a presentation? That can't be. It has to be a paper. Thank you, baby. Slow jib disclosure, and we'll see some crazy stuff in the next 5 years. Absolutely. So they love just dumping this information. Something like that. I would say that it's very possible. 1 second. Started loading a creatine today and have to drink so much water every day, which makes you take a leak a lot. Cheers. Trying to read through all the comments real quick. I'm a fan of a stick around theory. Are you talking about the fact RY that it basically just kind of why are we trying to escape constantly? Why aren't we happy with what we have? Is that what you mean by that? Because I hope that's what you mean by that, because I'm totally on board with that one. Just like Owl says, I don't know, man. I find that so fascinating. As soon as people realize we are in a simulation, they're like, how do we get out? Why do you think you're going to have less issues out there? Just because you escape doesn't mean you need to live your life, figure things out, go through plights and issues now in an environment you know nothing about. How is this solving anything? Do you believe that we are a soul? And along that line, do you believe in reincarnation? I think there's a lot of data on the table on that, actually. Going through the comments quickly. Talk about it on your show. I mean, what is your show about? And what are we talking about? I followed a gnome around a magical forest. Probably one of my weirdest lucid dreams. After I had the dream, I believe in gnomes. Before that, I thought it was just a cartoon. Wait, so just because you followed a gnome in the, do you think that just because you're aware in the dream and that things feel more realistic, everything you see in the lucid dreams is real? Is that what you believe? Unfortunately, when you give membership on YouTube and went random, exactly. Could this be a reason why people report interacting with entities that seem to exist outside of personal experience? Wait, what are you talking about? You interact with people outside of your experience all the time. AI. Uh, can you guys see me, or am I lagging again? Can you see me on YouTube? Glitching. Okay, I'm gonna go to the room real quick. It's so annoying. It's always glitchy here. All right, let's go this way. It's a lot more intimate. Welcome to the After Hours show. It's a lot darker in here. Whoa! I can tell you a scary story. Or you can do this. There you go. Much nicer. Yeah, TikTok is fine, but YouTube is being weird in the living room for some reason. So, yeah, mushrooms would work, Jose. Good to see you, by the way. And Aya would work as well. Didn't know about, but top people icon. Good to see you. The picture is way better. There you go. Yeah, there's something about the living room that's weird. So weird. Going back real quick. So Ellipsian Music is saying, thank you, Jose. Thank you for the rose. What do you think the next step is for your experiment? Somehow connected. Oh, I love this one. It's my favorite. The goose is so good. Thank you for the rose. I love the goose. Thank you, Lycon. Somehow connected you to an AI to read the script. Have you tried to connect to anyone for this? Um, so these lives are designed for me to answer questions, especially people that also never done it before. But the truth is that I'm starting to realize there's just a lot of misunderstanding comes from not being able to see the code. There is no script that we can transcribe because there's just too much. There's too much information there, so it's not coherent information in terms of translation. And I don't think it's coming anytime soon. Again, as I always say, I would love to be proven wrong. Nothing that I would love more than being proven wrong on this point. It doesn't seem feasible to me anytime soon. We need to be able to record directly from the cortex, or as maybe somebody figured out recently, including Carter, my partner in Code of Reality, and um, Jeremy, that uses a particular AI that is really good at edge detection. We might be able to see if we can, see something in the code that kind of gives us actual data of some sort. But until I see results, I can't say that that's the case. I'm not. If I have to kind of guess what you mean by the second part of the question, somehow connected to. Have you tried to connect to anyone for this? I'm assuming you mean try and reach out to somebody who's like an expert in analyzing language. Again, we don't have anything to analyze, so that will be the first step. Have you tried to experiment on a black surface? I had really good results. I don't recall, but good idea. Thank you, Devin. What's up, Guru? This is amazing. I joined here to ask about the nature of what comes next because it definitely is not escape. I mean, there is no escape. It's like asking how do you escape reality. So, do you think the script is ready? The code for the wall, and it changes depending on. No, it does not change. That's a good question, but it does not change according to the surface at all. I think it's coding for something very fundamental. Maybe spice time. Spice time. Where would I be from if that would be my accent? It's spice time. Maybe just a little slow. Not really from anywhere. Just a bit slow in the head. Spice time. Can I go and kill Tony now? Owl? On spice time. Spice girls. Spice time. Come and ask if they were okay or if people were aligned with restabilizing this reality that we all share. Not sure what you mean by that. Often astral is thought on differently, a lifting of the soul. Perhaps it is not that at all. I don't know. I can't comment. I don't know if I ever managed to do it. Something just changed. I'm just reading through the comments quickly and trying to land on one that we can partake in. Okay, so I just read your comment. I am Coach Colin. I never know how to pronounce that name properly. So I have a friend named Colin and Colin. See, I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Colin, Colin. There you go. You're saying my show is about many things, but I like to explore ideas. I talk about culture, explore the works of Alam Watts, probably Adam Watts, and Terence McKenna. Talking about okay, okay, Alan Watts, got it, and Terence McKenna. Were they like known individuals, Alan Watts and Terence McKenna? Yeah, what I would do is email me to dangoprox@gmail.com, dangoprox@gmail.com. That's my business related email. So if you want, just give me an outline of your show and potential dates, and I'm sure we can figure it out. If it's good people and it's a good energy, I'm always down. I don't really care how many followers you have, by the way. It's always nice when people have more followers, but if you don't have a lot of followers and you just good vibes and it's good subject matter, I'm always down if I have time. So don't worry about don't worry about that part if that's not the case. If it is the case, awesome, but don't worry about it if it isn't. Um, those other dimensions travelers are full of sparkle and glimmer. It sounds fabulous. I love it. You only know Dennis McKenna? Yeah. Terrance? Is it Terrance McKenna? Terrance. I think it's Terrance McKenna. And Alan Watts. I think Alan Watts was the guy that developed Allen keys, right? And Terrance McKenna was what's the edge detection thing with the AI? Oh yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm trying to get the AI to understand this stuff. But when I do it, it's like all I can see is the deep space inside and squiggles morphing. I will understand more about the details of that. So the general idea is to analyze a stochastic pattern, so a random distribution of different things happening, and then the AI trying to discern if there's any reasonable statistical probability that what is being presented is more than just random noise. But it's analyzing the surface, and what we're looking at is not on the surface, it's inside, it's in the z-axis. So I need to figure out how we can potentially tell the machine to do that. Isn't there a company that able to play back your dream? I mean, that would be crazy. There's a company that there's a device that was developed that can project whatever you're seeing inside your mind's eye through your visual cortex onto a screen. That exists, but it's very, very rudimentary and it's very grainy. Why don't you believe in paranormal? I said supernatural, not paranormal. I said supernatural is not a thing because whatever people think it's supernatural is simply natural, of the kind that we still don't really know how it connects to everything else. Supernatural, by definition, is an incoherent idea. It implies that there's something beyond the natural in a way that transcends it, almost like magic, right? That doesn't make any sense. Because the reason it doesn't make any sense is because if you're going to have a situation where there's a space in which the function is more kind of like magic like, that magic like property would still have some rules or laws by which it's operating, right? There's going to be some substrate by which it's being communicated either through a fractal level or whatever it is. But there's going to be some logic to it, right? In the way that it all coheres. And it it is not nowhere written that we will ever know that logic, but that logic is there. Because if it wouldn't be there, then there would be no difference between that and just anthropic soup, something that just doesn't make any sense. It can be anything at any point, and then there's no structure, and then there's no nothing really. It's just kind of, this boom, boo, craziness, right? So then nothing would exist in the form that what we're experiencing now. So just by the fact that you know the structure here, even if there's some other space in which there's less logic, then somehow there's a progression from that to this. That by itself would have some logical process that it's going through. Therefore, the idea of a supernatural, in other words, magic, in other words, for no reason at all, I do this and then this happens, and even there's no explanation, even in principle, that doesn't make any sense. The live stream, well, you can watch it on TikTok, but honestly, the main thing that gets attention, I think, at this point is YouTube. Dango Thoughts, Dango Thoughts. Oh yeah, I never thought of it. Wait, I will make a Terrence film indeed. Healthy skeptical angle, angel or angle? Healthy skeptical angel should be a name of a show. I read a physics paper on it when asking a friend. It explains how this likely happens. I'm trying to find it. Just want to know if you ruled it out. Wait, I gotta read the previous comments to know. I'm taking crazy notes. The next time we Zoom, I can talk about it better than typing. When the black surface pops out, the code the best for me. That's amazing. What is the texture of the black stuff? Terrance McKenna apparently was a well-known psychonaut. I've found it's in the light, not the surface of what you are looking at. Just observation. Sure, your observation is incorrect, sir. But that's okay. Because there is something in the light, but you can rule this out by the fact that when you move the light, the code inside the surface is not moving. So you might have seen something that is coming from the light, very, very possible, and probably what happened. But what you didn't see is what's in the surface. So you weren't looking at the same thing. NASA is accepting experimental proposals for the space station. Can we submit the laser experiment? Oh, please, let's do it. Please, let's do it. Healthy skeptical angel would be a pretty great Reddit handle, especially if it's by an angel investor. That would be great. Alan Watts invented the light bulb, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. Allen Key and the light bulb. Pretty sure that's what happened. Now, Terrance McKenna, I think he was part of a goat sacrificing cult. Is that correct? Oh man, there's some great comments. Play back your dream. No, the wavelength does not change it, Mr. Doom. What a handle. It's the same across all frequencies. However, you do see more content, even though you see the code as well. In green and blue lasers, you see extra content, like some particular beings, and there's also added arrows in the green one. Not sure where that is, but you see the code still. And happening all the time, but the fact that it is happening makes it inherently normal. Kind of, yeah. Maybe German dudes from um i.e. a child not understanding the real world and how horrible it can be. Sure, and also wonderful it can be. There's definitely something unique in the laser, but because it doesn't change on any surface, it presumes it's in light of the laser, not the surface. No, it doesn't presume that. Again, you're ruling it out that it's not in the laser by moving the laser and seeing that it's actually revealing what's in the surface. What it does imply is that whatever it's coding for is not uh, the properties of the wall or the surfaces, but something a lot more fundamental, something very, very fundamental, something maybe at the core of what space-time is, which would not change according to the location or surface or anything like this, because it codes for something much more fundamental that then in turn gives rise to your perception of the wall. It can be something entirely different, but it is definitely in the surface because when you move the light, it's not moving. That's pretty easy to observe. The only other explanation that can happen is that you can say that it's holographic in nature, but then there's other problems that arise. Like for example, what in a hologram you have the representation of an object that was actually there. So what is exactly happening in terms of the hologram? Like, are you the hologram? Is the wall the hologram? Are you both the hologram? How do you see? Are you seeing one another? There's a lot of other, but it's definitely not as straightforward as it's in the light. There's other things that when you move the light, you see them move with the light, and that would definitely be in the light. I think that observation alone kind of rules that out. Refraction could phase shift the light. Who knows? What are you referring to, Jessica? That was a callback to an old live when you pretend to not know who Terence McKenna. Yeah. What's the edge detection thing? Okay, can't believe that we're going back to this. I'm like, because I'm jumping back and forth. The edge. Oh, we spoke about it already. Have followers, but who cares? Like Outlook and Terrence and Ellen wants. No, I know. I'm just messing with you. Terrence McKenna was one of my still is one of my biggest heroes. Is one of my favorite thinkers of all time. I definitely know who Terrence is. I'm just messing with you. Does Neuralink have any space in this conversation about documenting these laser codes? Absolutely. If we have a version that works, since we need to record straight from the mind to gather massive amounts of code info. Exactly, Alex. You're exactly on the money. Somebody call Elon. Elon, we need a Neuralink. What we want to do with it? Oh, we want to smoke a spirit molecule and look at the laser. Why? Because we believe we live in a simulation and we see the code in the laser. Knock on the door. Who is it? It's Elon. That's what I imagine would happen. And he would probably show up that fast. He probably has some kind of a device already to teleport and everything. Does the code ever change? It's moving constantly, but it's not changing so far according to anything that we're trying to do to it. Great question, though. Phantom black? What is phantom black? Is that material that swallows the light? Well, before you assume that something with science is wrong, I would assume that something with your experimentation is wrong. That would be a more likely explanation. I wonder if the laser would show up on Phantom Black. David understand just don't all look the same. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you, brother. Happy spring equinox. Is it today? Oh my god, it's so wonderful. Should we do a dance? That's my spring dance, equinox dance. Do you like it? Okay. Somebody clip that. There we go. When is the Swedish what is it? Midsummer celebration or something? It's that one that they drink. Oh, it's all of them. It's that one where they get really non-Swedish. Oh, it's all of them. Uh, Midsummer. Thank you. Skull. It's that one where they say skull. Oh, it's all of them. Sims missionary dance with Elon. The Elon's dance is honestly the most fun one. I love it. I wish I could dance like him. The mushroom serial killer sounds like both awesome and awful at the same time. Tuning in from Alabama, Big Lex. Shout out to Alabama. I love it. I have really good friends in Alabama. So, how do I tap back into the consciousness? I go in and out, but I hate the out moments so much that I just been isolating long term and it's lonely, but I want to tap in. Are you talking about awakening or are you talking about just passing out? Which one? You got it, brother. We'll definitely respond. Um, wait, I want to make sure that I got the email from you. Boom, got it. Perfect. We'll respond after the live. I've looked at the laser shot into quartz crystal, also super crazy. Oh, would love to hear about that one. 3 Blue 1 Brown video on refracting scene recently says that light is phase shifted as it goes through. Yeah, I know. I was sharing this on Discord, which by the way, you guys should all join. Join our Discord. Go to YouTube to Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. The third link from the top of all my socials is our Discord channel. It's awesome. We have great conversations there. Come join it. And I believe I shared that 3 Blue 1 Brown video there about holography. And if I haven't, it might have been in the old one, and I'll reshare it, of course. Or if you want to share it, Jessica, I would appreciate it. The way you describe it, you are describing the astral of complete existence, God. Maybe. You had said you're doing these lives, offering memberships, way to go full time with this laser code. So, what have you discovered? How have you progressed forward since you went full time? Any new info? Progress is difficult. We are working on the movie, we're working on the research, and we're working on recruiting the right people to help us with the work. People who would help us actually move the dial forward by joining in with their expertise, with their knowledge, with their thinking power, and helping push the envelope. We do think we have some threads of potential progress, but we don't want to speak out of turn. When we have something concrete and substantial, we will definitely update. But thank you for the question. What's the code looks like? It looks kind of like a hybrid between Japanese and Hebrew. Emphasis on none of these. Kind of like, because people keep saying, I don't know if it looks like Japanese. Well, it looks like Japanese, doesn't look exactly like Japanese. Laser speckle is possible? No, for many reasons that we've discussed ad nauseum. It exists across the speckle. The speckle is only on the surface, and you're looking into infinity, into the z-axis, so definitely not the speckle. Even though a lot of people would like to explain it away in this way. uh, First day of spring, allegedly. Where do you live, ambient glass? Oh, in a very cold place, right? Something. Call Elon. Um, Dude, the amount of water I drink. Hold on, gotta take a leak again. I guess it's good for you to drink all this water. Woo! What am I missing? Who's calling Elon? Snurp. Am I holding a viewing? Viewing of what? You talking about the lasers? No, I do not. Totally obfuscated, by the way. Wait, blue and red. Coal. I think I'm missing something. Thinking powers unite sounds like an incredible morning call we should adopt. All of that, Mr. Doom, is on our Discord. Join the Discord, and there's a lot of representation of the code there. Well, a lot is a stretch, but there's a few. There you go. Thank you, Owl. And also, if you guys want to join in from Discord, sorry, no, from Twitch, LaserX83. my my Twitch handle is LaserX83 if you want to join from there. How many people does it say there are on YouTube? I want to see how many people are coming from other platforms. Probably a sum up from X. What's up, April? Dingo leak is amazing. That's a very good one. Power off. Still no letters seen, but what is seen is unique and seen by my friend. Test subject. We see the game thing every time, and that is pretty crazy. Yeah, so you just got to look closer. I'm not sure why you're not seeing the code still, because that's been a while, ambient glass. Dango's P is even better. Oh, I love this. Does the code change if you disable parts of people's brain with transcranial stimulation? I know. That's a great question, Mr. Doom. I do not know, but that's a great question to test. The code is always changing. It is always dependent upon the pattern placement. Even the slightest move changes the creation and reality of the movement. No, it does not. That's exactly why the code is so crazy, because it does not change according to anything that you're doing. You can move your head, you can move your body, you can move the laser, you can move away, you can put another to another thing, you can put it on a curved surface, and that surface doesn't matter what you do with it. The code stays the same. It's moving on its own side, just what you would expect from a real thing to do. If you would look through a microscope, you might be able to create some perturbations to the stuff under the microscope. But the thing is the thing is the thing. It's just doing its own thing. Yeah, the mandala and gears, you're close. Look closer. Look closer what the gears are. They're not gears. The rotation of the gears is basically all the different characters moving across one another. Hey, Eric, is that you? Good to see you, brother. Yes, the code is object permanence. What is the font size of the code? Tiny, tiny, tiny. In the beginning. Then you see larger structures with encodes. Why is it so funny? I don't know why. Like, it's really funny, Jessica. You go, so the start season, you go, children, etc. But now we know some autistics have telepathy, so it could be true. My fiance even gave me a hard time when I called them nonverbals. So I'm sure she would flip out if you call them if she would have heard that you called them autistics. It's amazing. But there's nothing in the code projected into matter. I know you knows. What is the optimal dosage to see the code? Can it take too much or too little? You should read the protocol. You see the website that is listed on the page on my bottom left, right here. Wait, right here. Oh my God, it's the other way around on TikTok. There you go. Codeofreality.com. You have the full protocol there, brother. You can be one or the other either way. Skill is skill. Wait, you can be one or the other what? what man, honey? uh oh, I think I got stuck for a second there. Why is the TikTok is not really updating anything? Are we just kind of like stagnant there? I don't see anybody else joining or leaving TikTok, which is weird. It's not normal. Oh, autistic without being nonverbal or go silent for digging for. No, I see, I see, I see, I see. Why do I think a laser? Well, it has a lot of potential reasons. I think the simplest one to postulate is resolution. Uh, I don't think that the laser is actually the thing that is achieving the observation. It's whatever the spirit molecule is allowing the brain to do, which I believe is more computational steps per second and certain coherence in the brain that doesn't exist without it. Then the laser is coherent light. All the photons are at exactly the same level, energy level, and on the same exactly the same wavelength, which gives you a very coherent picture. So I think it's a resolution thing. I think it's possible to see it with other light, but I think it's not the resolution is not high enough. So when the resolution is high enough, you can see the specificity, and then you can slowly trace your attention, and you would see it even kind of without the light. But it's very difficult to make out, and I don't think it's even possible without seeing it first. You have to allow your brain to find it, basically. Eric is saying, I believe nonverbal is just more specific. And have there been any autistic that can see the code? We haven't tested them. I would assume that for ethical levels, well, actually, we can do it without the molecule, obviously. Also, by the way, just so you guys know, DMTV, dimethyltryptavision, Let's see if they flag us for this one. You guys should follow that channel. You can also just search I make and then the name of the molecule, the 3 letters, I make and then the three, or the name of the molecule, V. So DMTV. So you can follow that channel. It's a wonderful channel by a friend of mine, Eric Peterson, who is also has an incredible group on Facebook. I highly recommend you follow Peterson with an E. Peterson, S-E-N at the end. You can also follow him on YouTube, an incredible channel. I highly recommend it. What's up, Sofa King? Have a hard time keep focus on the code for more than a few seconds at a time. Have to look away. Yes, that is a common problem. I agree. So maybe use protective goggles. Cannot use exactly for 650 because you're not going to see anything, but you can use it for a range. If you do, let's say, I don't know, from 580 to 680 or 580 to 700, you should still be able to see the code, but your eyes are going to be more protected. The channel that I've recommended on YouTube is DMTV, or you can just type in on YouTube, I make, and then the name of the molecule. I make the 3 letters of the spirit molecule. I cannot name it on TikTok because they're going to ban us. But that, and on Facebook, it's also the name of the group. I make the name of the molecule. You can just message Eric Peterson, Petersen, I believe, and tell him you're a friend of mine and you came from my channel and you'll join. It's a great, great group. You here with us, brother? There you go. Petersen. Eric, Petersen. Peterson with an E. With all E's. We have Owl Sofa. I love our nicknames. We have a field report for Vipassana on Discord. I'm excited. I'm going to read this, Terry. Super excited to read. Thank you for sharing. The code talks to you with music. Maybe. I don't know. I literally barf off, I think about the code after a long night at work. I don't know what that means, Val. I also found that when I take out my contact lenses and put on readers, I get a much closer view of the code. That's probably because it's a magnifying effect. You can achieve the same thing with a microscope lens. Can I read your thing aloud? Sure. Is it really, really long, or where did you put the thing? Let's see. In announcements. Where would you put it in general chat? Oh, that's cool. The find the black dot is fun. Salty crackers. Which one is it? Spirituality, probably. Ooh, is that it? Wait, what is your? Oh, okay. So let us pray is you on Discord, I'm assuming, right? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. text. Here we go. All right. Well, so Terry here recently went to a Vipassana retreat due to some of our conversations on the live. So it makes me feel very good about that. And this is his trip report. Do I hear music when I do the molecule? Sometimes, yeah. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on any of the phenomenology in the molecule aside from the laser, just because it can vary basically infinitely. Just so you know, ambient class. No, the magnets so far don't seem to be panning out. Okay, let's read. I like it. I want to start this by saying how much Vipassana. Oh, you were absolutely correct that I had been spelling it incorrect this whole time. Wait, I thought it was also with a V. Let's see. But then again, I'm dyslexic, so okay. So if anybody, I don't know what you guys thought it was spelled, but it is spelled Vipassana. Vipassana. So if I was correcting you to say Vipassana with an E, then it's incorrect. If it was correcting it to I, then it is correct. So, I want to start this. I want to start this by saying how much Vipassana has changed my life in perspective on what truths are being suppressed. Whoa, it's so small. Okay, hold on. From the masses and answered a lot of whys that I have pondered for 40 plus years, ever since I was introduced to hallucinogens out in, let's say, counseling or therapy. The whole experience was completely therapeutic to every facet of my life. Wow, the letters are just so tiny. In no way was it a vacation, but the end results for me was vacation tenfold. To get the most out of this experience, oh man, it's so small. I suggest you don't cheat yourself and abide by the rules and criteria, the structure of the course. I learned resilience, patience, self awareness, discipline, concentration, and acceptance. This retreat was the hardest thing I've ever done. I think mostly because I feel that I had lost my way from young age and was an addict and an alcoholic for many years, and the retreat was a graduating point in my life. Even after successfully in wait completing inpatient rehab almost 2 years ago, and it showed me how I was have been creating this chaos to myself, and that sometimes to look at the man in the mirror means you have to recognize truth in yourself and how you have allowed. Sorry for the pauses. I've just the text is very small. I'm going to the next line. I have to find it again. Have you allowed times? Oh, your true self to be manipulated and from so many directions with so many intentions that it's very overwhelming at times. We are being poisoned both physically and spiritually, and this retreat was a true awakening for me for these reasons. I do believe that everyone will perceive it differently, but that the main takeaway would be generally the same. That we are moving backwards with us looking like we are evolving and moving forward. Please don't discredit this. Please don't discredit this technique if it doesn't seem right now. I would never have wanted to do something like this 2 years ago. It is right for everyone to learn our mind's natural ability, but may not be the right time. Oh, and don't watch the course videos ahead of time. Danny recommended that I didn't, and I had already watched day one, and it does something to the experience. It would be like me telling you to watch a movie or read a book, but I tell you the plot and the ending, and say have fun. Then he hipped me, hipped me, I guess hyped me to the Vipassana after. I don't know what that meant. Sorry, after I had stumbled on it several times throughout my life, and even recently. I had always thought that it must be a cult because it was free. It's not a. It's a fair assumption. Definitely not a cult. It is a universal law, and because of its steer away from sects of dogma is why I was attracted to it. First things first. If you plan to attend Vipassana retreat, do yourself a favor and quit whatever addiction that you currently have. You will not make it through the course if you will not make it through the course if you are not able to do this. I know that I make it sound easy, but my addiction struggle has been an abundant piece of my life, and I know that this is so cliche, but if I can do it so but if I can do it, so can anyone. I have been sober from alcohol for 1 year and 9 months with many addictions along the way, but none as delib- none as debilitating for me like alcohol was. I quit smoking cigarettes almost a year ago, but took up vaping. I quit that a week before the retreat. I also smoked the devil's lettuce every day since I was 12. I cut back drastically before the retreat, but I wish I would have quit for at least 2 weeks before, as I was experiencing headaches, most likely caused by the factor, but also probably my energy drink daily consumption. I had dwindled from a couple of or a few per day to one or half per day. I worked nights, so the transition was hard already, but no excuses. You can have caffeine there via tea or coffee. What is Goenka's favorite tea? Equanimity. Nice. But the energy drinks are poison, and you can feel the toxins for some time. You can also sneak whatever input. Trust me. Wait, what? You can also sneak in whatever. You can also sneak whatever in, but trust me, you are just cheating yourself. This will be understood to you after the course, no matter what route you decide, but I am grateful that I didn't cheat myself. I did a little bit by taking fruit back to my room for snacks before bed, but I regretted doing that, as I still feel a sense of guilt and shame for it. Don't feel don't feel a sense of guilt or shame. It's fine. I arrived scared shitless. I can't keep my mouth shut in silence even for more than 5 minutes before I feel like I'm going to lose it. I am a talker, so I'm nervous. Nervous about being without weed, about not having my cell phone, about work and what everyone will be up to, my loved ones, whether they will miss me or be glad I was gone. Turns out that they all miss me tremendously. In fact, I have never felt that appreciated ever as when I came physically painful it will be, as I've never meditated before. Wait, what? As I came back to work. Sorry, it's just the writing is so small. If I was going to make it the full 10 days or not, it's actually 12 days, 11 days in the morning. Uh, how physically painful it will be, as I've never meditated before this retreat. Currently meditating an hour a day in the mornings. Almost there. I just plain all just wondered if I had what it takes to make it to the end. It felt a lot like checking into rehab, as far as the anticipation that it's not going to be fun, but it's necessary for life to continue. After unpacking the set and settling in, okay. I think it's Sofa King. I think it's a bit. So I'm got only to the middle. I'm gonna have to stop here because this is a bit long. It's way longer than I thought it would be. But you guys can read the rest of this, and I will definitely read the rest of this. But I feel like it's way too long, and it's really taxing me right now because it's so tiny, and there's no way for me to even zoom it in. I don't know why. But I'm deeply moved that this means so much to you, man. And you guys can find this full thing on Discord, on in the spiritual chat, and I will definitely finish reading this after this. Thank you for writing this, man. That's amazing. Um, join our Discord to read the rest of it. Third link from the top on my YouTube channel, Dango Thoughts. Are you still with us, Terry? Ebony's in the house. Just showed up. How are you, Ebony? You know, it's funny because I also in my first Vipassana retreat, I also was really annoyed by Goenka's chanting just because I was suffering a lot. But then from the second retreat onwards, I really enjoyed it. Now it gives me like a sense of comfort. And yeah, Evil Icon, I also think it's awesome. Do you listen to music? Do I listen to music when I'm doing the molecule? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Mm. Vipassana nana. Well, it's not E either. It's I. That was Danny Jones. When you changed my life. What's up, core family? Going through the comments. Level laser will most likely not work because it's too thin and too powerful. Make sure that you get the one that we're listing. It doesn't have to be from our website. You can buy it anywhere, but just make sure it's the same one. And it's also cheaper if you find it on Amazon. Don't be sorry. I love it. It's just my eyes are getting tired and it's this small. And the text you wrote, thank you so much for doing that. But it's there's no way for me to zoom in for some reason. So up, another theory. Oh, we have a bunch of people join the Discord. That's amazing. Um, Val is asking if you've seen the movie Arrival. Great film, great flick. Nanometer quantum. What is 650 nanometer quantum dots? That sounds amazing. Trying to share the link to the paper, but having trouble. What channel are you trying to share it on, Terry? On Discord? Are you on our new Discord, which you can find on my on my YouTube channel now, the third link from the top on my main channel, on the description, the homepage of the channel. If you're not joining the new one, then maybe this is why you're having trouble. Oh yeah, you can't post links here, Terry. It's only on Discord. Joe Rogan will look at the laser. Laser very soon. Code of reality. How many participants does it tell you right now on YouTube? I wonder. Yeah, that's not the Discord. That's the actual website. 42 right now. Nice. So okay, so the rest of them are coming from X. That's nice. Well, how are you, X? And Twitch. 11? No, 11 can't be. That is a magic number, baby. Okay, I think indeed, Val. That a girl. That a gal. That a goal. That a gal. I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody who appreciates Hitchhiker's Guide. What is 1052? Wow, we're doing really well. Used to average 60 viewers on TikTok. Wonder if they will migrate to YouTube. Maybe. But also, I'm telling you, TikTok got weird after the reset. They got weird. It doesn't matter how long I stream. So like on TikTok, there were a few nights that because I used to stream way longer, right? But there were a few nights in which I streamed for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it went up by like even uh, the what is it called? The ranking of the live never went up. Like it never goes up above D2. It's really weird. And what's more, I saw some other popular lives, and they have the same problem. They all drop to like B something. Sorry, D something. It's weird. So where most people are on YouTube for sure. Oh, 12 chat participants. Nice. I didn't realize it's making that distinction. Uh, giving me all the likes. I don't even know if it's the likes. I think it has to do with how many people also are there or how many people liking and all that stuff. I don't even know what it works anymore. Thank you, Nico. Thank you for always being so supportive. It does say popular live, but then I feel like it says it for basically everything. I bet you say it to all the participants TikTok. Wait, what happened to Arkansas? Really? Partial to TikTok? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, honestly. I don't. It's kind of a weird. TikTok definitely has this fun element of all the graphics and stuff, but I mean, is Arkansas okay? Wait, what happened to Arkansas for real? Yeah, I would agree. Ambient glass. It's really funny how some people doing debunking without actually saying it. The wildfires? Whoa, really? Let's see. Oh man, it's wild. I mean, the fires and whoa. Okay, one of the titles on X literally says, "Oh no, St. Joseph's in North Little Rock on fire." It says, "Oh no!" Exclamation marks. Isn't that part of the story? Wow, this is crazy. Wow, we're sending Arkansas a lot of love and healing. It's wild, the fire. Yeah. Um, nobody's saying, "Hey, dude, what's up?" Talking about strange stuff, about a lot of strange stuff. Yeah. They capitalized the whole thing. Oh no, the whole thing. OH and O all capital. Cutting FEMA. There's a lot of political stuff I don't understand. Wait, your stuff is messing up. What do you say about the cross level? Cross level is most likely not going to work. Just because it's too thin and too concentrated. You're not going to be able to see it. So just get the simple laser on Amazon that you see listed on our website at codeofreality.com. You don't have to get it to the website. Just get it from Amazon or Alibaba, but make sure the specs are the same. Just copy what we have, go to Alibaba, go to Amazon, and find that one. Yeah, exactly like that. Only with more exclamation marks. What response do you get when you do the space and ask for guidance for the laser thing? I'm assuming you've done this. Well, like the way I discovered the laser is by interacting with the space. But no, they don't give you direct answers. The whole point is that we're supposed to figure something out. They don't give you the answers for what the code is, for why the laser is showing it. They don't give you these answers. It has nothing to do with guidance, it has everything to do with us doing the work and trying to figure it out. Because there's certain things that we have to kind of do a little work to understand. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to jump off for today. It's almost 11 p.m. for me. A lot of love. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want to follow me across platforms, it'll be Danny Goller on TikTok and Instagram. It'll be Goller Danny on X. It'll be LaserX83 on Twitch. And Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts. Come join the membership program on YouTube because it includes Zoom calls with me, which one is coming up very soon in a few days from the second tier up. It includes weekly lives aside from the daily lives for members only, early access to all my content, and personal stuff in my life that will only live on YouTube members and nowhere else. So, peace and love to everybody, part of the community, the crew. Come join the Discord. Evil Icon, much love. Thank you so much. Dilbert, thank you so much for joining for a little bit. Nico, love you, brother. Thank you, everybody, for making this community what it is. Willie and Val and Daft. I can't name all of you guys, but sending love, Owl and Being Glass. Thank you guys. And of course, to the crew, to Ebony and Chris and Devin and Bradley and Carter and Irv, Nico, part of the crew, Jessica. Who else? Who else is with us? I know I'm forgetting people. Val, you're awesome. Thank you for sharing your videos the other day. Ebony, I mentioned, of course, but it's important to mention you again. Thank you. You're incredible. Terry and Sofa King. So two Terrys. And yeah, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace and love. Ciao. See you guys. Have a good night.